I'm Gweakles, and I know it's been some time since I've uploaded a video, and I'm incredibly sorry. I'll get into that in a little bit, but just for this moment I wanted to do a sketch chat because I figure it would be a nice way for me to both get back into drawing because of the holidays. It's been really difficult, and also because I haven't been feeling very good. So I'm going to take you to this page in my sketchbook where I have been trying to get a hold on Cat the Bat. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if you see ants on my desk. It's the season where we live in Florida and they're just everywhere, and I don't know what to do to get rid of them. We have small animals in here, so I don't want to call pest control and hurt them. But as you can see, I've been really trying to like figure out and hone in and get a good look for her. I recently commissioned Munby or Munru to do a portrait of Cat the Bat based off of my concept art that I already had, and she did such an amazing job that it really inspired me. I'm like, oh, I have to do more with Cat. I have to, and I've been thinking for like months, like I have to put this character into play. I have to figure out what I want from her and really make her my own. So I've been like really trying to figure it out, loosen up, and get back in it. But first I want to give you a little bit of backstory history on Cat the Bat. First, Cat the Bat just started out to be a watercolor painting in which I just wanted to draw a spooky, creepy girl. And I think I called this painting Cat the Bat Knows Where You're At. And I thought it was clever and silly. And I tried to actually make more sketches of her. She's actually in a couple of my old sketchbooks, and I'll try and find that eventually. But I found that her design was a little too cliche, and her hairstyle looked too much like Tinkerbell. Then later on, I really got into drawing creepy cute monster girls, and some of you may remember these little miniature baby prints that I had last year and the year before. But if you recognize her, she's actually the drawing that I turned into a Cyclops girl who was in the big large sweater. She was going to be a sugar skull, but since I'm going to make the Lady Grim Reaper into a character that's in the same world, I thought having a sugar skull as well as a Grim Reaper would be too much, so I turned her into a Cyclops. And then this is more of Cat the Bat's a refined version of her. I had like the same mind that I did with this, and then I was like, this is it, this is her. And I really loved how I did these and like my color palettes and the style, and it made me really happy, and I was going off in a good direction. And then I drew Cat the Bat for my Inktober, one of my Inktober pieces, and obviously this is not color correct, or I wasn't trying to, you know, be consistent with design. I was just trying to draw and explore and other stuff as well. But I've drawn her head a couple of times in an attempt to really get a feel for what I want her to look like, and that's just going to come with sketching and process, which we're going to do. The focus of this sketch chat is showing you that, you know, character creation and like evolution and where you can go to, and how it's not basically like, I've really never sat down and actually, like, I've made a couple of character references before in the past, but nothing that was really solid. Oh no, I'm messing up my light fixture here like a dweeb. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm ruining everything. But yeah, so I really am committed to this and trying to make her her own thing and finish her off. But as you can see, I have this saying. I drew her head a couple times and I wasn't really happy with this. This is closer to that, but I think where I got here with this little body pose is actually where I would rather be. And I think that's what I'm going to stick with. And as you can see here, she's saying I'm not a vampire because I wanted to like kind of show her personality a little more. And I think one of the most annoying things that happens to Cat is people, because of her fangs and her look, they just discriminate and they think that she automatically is a vampire, even though she has bat wings. So I've figured like that's her biggest pet peeve, and you know, she has to deal with that a lot. But you know, it's different because it would be coming from, you know, like a world of monsters, and the discrimination would be different, and I really don't know what I want to do or like where I want to take it, but I just know that I need to focus on refining the character first and then getting to where I'd like to go with it. So yeah, I had started off last night drawing this because I got a real fire lit under me after I saw that amazing commission that Mumby made for me, and she's still doing those commissions. If you guys have never heard of Mumby or have never checked out her art, I'll leave a little link to her, but she's absolutely amazing. She's a sweetheart, and she got me so inspired to like finish my own character. And it's so funny because it was just seeing her in her style and her take, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Now what do I want to do with that? So basically I love how art works like that. But yeah, I had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope all of you did as well. And it was also my dad's birthday right after that, so I spent a lot of time with my family. I spent most of the time with my family. I don't even think I was home. I mean, I think I spent 2 days at home. Well, no, I think I spent 3 days at home because I did have to work for 3 days. But yeah, that's basically my excuse why I haven't been uploading videos. And also, if many of you don't know, I suffer from anxiety, and I was having a really bad bout of it, and it was just absolutely crippling. I couldn't, I was having panic attack after panic attack, and realistically, like, I got to a point where I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go to the grocery store without having a panic attack. I couldn't go eat lunch. I couldn't do anything. And you know, it's embarrassing, and it's like I still have a job to do. So, but thankfully they let me work from home while, you know, for the last 2 days before I was able to go to the doctor and get a reassessment on some of the meds that they had prescribed to me to make me feel better. And as some of you may know, like, nothing is like instant gratification with these meds. It's all like trial and error. So it was just weeks of me suffering and not being able to eat or sleep and just panicking and powering through it, and it sucked so much. And I'd have good days, as you know, because like I would make a video. I made a couple of videos actually, and I'm turning her upside down so I can get a better feel for the angle of the hand that I'm drawing for her. But like some days were okay, and some days were better than others, and then others were just really bad. But I'm okay now. I think, you know, I've been to the doctor a couple times, and I'm gonna start seeing a therapist and hopefully get all that goodness sorted out. But I apologize. It's not fun. Anxiety, I didn't want it to ruin my life, but it was basically for the past month or so that's been plaguing me. But yeah, on a happier note, I'm feeling much better. I'm actually starting to sleep at night, And even though my it's really hard to eat because the medicine that I'm on doesn't like it doesn't particularly care for like giving me an appetite. I'm gonna line her eventually with these Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens. They are felt pens, which means they don't last very long. However, they had more of a selection in colors that weren't so bright, more so than a couple of the other brush pens, and I couldn't find any more Prismacolor brush pens at the art store that I was at. But I've been trying these. I actually was using these for a very long time before switching to other brush pens. But I'm gonna give them a shot, and then of course I have my tester palette. I'm just gonna give her some quick close. I think her style would be like alternative. Of course, she's a bat, but she is a fruit bat, which is what I thought was, you know, funny enough, and why she gets so annoyed when everyone just assumes, you know, that she's like a bat or a vampire, and she's literally just a fruit bat. But that's me thinking something silly, and it's probably not, but I get a little kick out of it. So that's so far like what I have for like her general character and like the quirks that she has. I've been trying to decide on her body shape. Originally she was like really twiggy, but I think I'm just gonna make her thin, lean, and maybe give her a little bit of curves towards her legs and thighs, just for variation. I want to do some, you know, body type variations, and I'll do the same thing as you can see with the her Cyclops friend. I still don't have a name for her yet, and the and Lady Grim Reaper. So I will have to figure out wardrobe and body types for them. I'm thinking Lady Grim Reaper is probably not too much of a fashionista, and she will be more goth. I think Cat is probably alternative, grungy, very pastel like, and then I'm thinking for the Cyclops girl that she's gonna be a little, you know, on the hippie, grungy nature side of things. She's the more calm one. She's very chill and relaxed and laid back, and Kat is too. She's a fun person. I'm thinking she's got a lot of character and she's got a lot of heart, but she's not willing to be. She's not gonna let anybody walk all over her. I don't know. It's interesting to try and sit and sort this out and think of like, how would they act, you know, what's their purpose, what are their struggles, what's their attitude like, what's their day-to-day, and what, you know, makes them tick, why are they interesting, why are they intriguing. Well, I've always liked creepy cute monsters and things, and I just like the idea of, instead of just drawing like normal things, like, well, if I love monsters and pastel things, then I'll mix them together, and you know, that's what makes me happy right now. So that would be what I'm doing. I have a couple of other things that I want to draw. Namely, I saw Moana last week and it was amazing. I actually have one last page in the sketchbook, and I'm gonna probably put a piece for her in that, and then you guys will probably get a sketchbook share soon for that. And if there's any other kind of videos that you guys would like to see from me that maybe I've missed out on the opportunity or chance to do with my absence, that some new art videos going on, or maybe some new challenges, or just anything that different maybe that we can start together that you would like to explore. I think that would be fun. A lot of people keep asking me about live stream, and obviously I would love to do a live stream, but obviously with a full-time job that's very difficult, but I will do my best to accommodate that as soon as possible. Last year I was able to do a New Year's one because it just ended up that I was, oh my gosh, my desk lamp is so weird. It's losing itself, and it just scared the crap out of me. I'm so sorry. But it just worked out that way. So maybe I can do one of those soonish. Alright, so I'm gonna stick with these three basic colors because the blue is close to her hair. The purple is close to like the darkest tint between that's pink because her skin tone is pink, and then I will use the darker purple for anything else. But I would like to test these, so to double check that they're gonna go together, I'm just gonna test them out gently because they are felt tip and they will get hurted easily. Yeah, so those are gonna go together just fine. The purple looks like it's gonna be a little lighter, but I could always go back and double up on it. Let's see if we can't focus in on this area while I work on it so you guys can get a better shot. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about, you know, I've been really inspired to draw, and especially in keeping track of like all of the artists on Twitter and like all the amazing work that they've been doing, and getting inspired by them and just trying new things, and just it's been really hard because while I wasn't feeling well, I wasn't able to really do anything, and waiting for the medicine to kick in is really frustrating as well. You just feel awful. You can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, you can't live your life. I'm so sorry, I don't want this to be depressing, but I've wanted to like be drawing for so long, and then just sit and have to wait and be like, oh, I have these ideas and I want to draw right now. And then now that I'm back at work, it's like, you know, I'm so tired at the end of the day, you know. By the time work is done, you know, I just kind of crash on the couch with Ari. We eat dinner, we watch, you know, some shows, catch up on our shows, relax for a little bit, and after that I'm just like so beat. And some days I have to just like force myself to, like when I started drawing her pencil sketch, I was like, I really want to draw, and even if that's okay if I don't finish anything. It's okay if I did all these sketches on a different day. I did those while I was at my dad's house celebrating his birthday. It's okay to like come back to things. We have this like odd idea in our minds that sketchbook has to be clean, it has to be perfect, complete artwork, and it all has to be finished, and it has to look so polished, because some people just have a cleaner way of sketching than others, and some people do it differently. But you gotta look at yourself and you have to do what's good for you. it's okay that not everything in the sketchbook is a finished piece of artwork. Maybe some of your sketchbook is just a page of silly nonsense, you know what I mean? Maybe you just needed to draw that day, and maybe you're just figuring something out. But this is what a sketchbook's for. It's for exploring. And that's why when a lot of people talk to me, or they would make a point in like a couple of my sketchbook shares, they'd be like, what do you mean these are sketches? These are finished pieces. And it's like, well, I've said this before, but in case you hadn't heard me, it takes some of the pressure off, you know what I mean? I'm not working to make a finished piece. We already feel like everything that goes on our sketchbook has to be perfect, but if it's not, it's okay. This sketchbook, in a way, it's really weird. I'm unhappy with it because I don't have as many finished pieces in here, but I have used this sketchbook primarily for growth and for growing, and for that I can't really be upset, because that's what you need to be doing as an artist. You need to be exploring, trying different mediums. I've been trying Copic markers, I've been trying Pitt artist, Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens, I've been trying watercolors with my colored pencils with my watercolors as like a shading device. Like, you have to explore, you have to find things, and this is how you're gonna grow and learn. And is everything gonna be the best? Absolutely not, but we have to put in the time, and we have to discover this and find it ourselves on our art journey. So yeah, it's really hard. It's easier said than done, I know, because I do it too. I feel like there's a part of me that is like, oh my god, half of this sketchbook is absolute garbage, and then the other half is great. And it's like, you're gonna feel that way about this freaking light. You're scaring the crap out of me. I'm so sorry. You're gonna feel that way about your art all the time though, with anything, and you can't get upset. It's part of learning. Not everything we make is gonna be perfect. It's just like Jake Parker said. He said, you know, as long as you're completing things and you keep doing it, then that's what's important and that's what matters. Because your idea of perfect today is going to be different than your idea of perfect tomorrow. So what's the point in trying being perfect if your idea of that is going to change anyways? And it makes so much sense. And he's just like a freaking artist genius person, dude. He's absolutely amazing. If you don't know who he is, or if you aren't following him, I highly suggest you do that now. Jake Parker. But he's incredibly inspirational. He's kind of like an art guru, if I may. But yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. So, and it's in our definition of like where we want to be now is going to be different. Like, all of the art you made last year, you might not think that art is so good anymore. You know what I mean? Or the art you made 2 weeks ago, you might not think that art's so good anymore, right? But you did it, and you learned from it, and you leveled up because you did it. You put in the time, and you learned. So, I mean, the point is even when we have our bad days, you just have to roll with them, because everybody has bad days, and it doesn't mean that you're not improving. It means you're getting close, you're leveling up. But, you know, like, it's difficult for us because we always want to be where we want to be when we want to be there, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, I want to be as good as this person is right now, and you know, I'm never gonna catch up, or everybody's, you know, everybody's so much more skilled than I am, and we should know better as artists that we're our own worst critics. So we forget these things. Like, it's really easy to tell other people that, but then when it comes down to practicing what we preach, it's difficult, and that isn't always the case. So I'm here to remind you and myself that it's okay, and not everything we make has to be perfect. Our idea of perfect is going to change anyways. It's going to change, and it's going to be alright. Oh, sorry, I was just fixing her lip there. Sometimes it looks way better in the sketch. But anyways, I don't want to lecture you guys. I just want to try and be inspirational. I hope these usually end up being a little bit longer, but some people prefer the longer videos, and then some people prefer the short ones. And as promised, I said I would do a mix of both to appease everybody. So I have different things to show for on my channel, and I always want to do new stuff, and I want to try new things, and I want to challenge myself, and I want to challenge you guys. And as I grow, I want you to grow too, because this is an amazing community, the artist community, wherever you may find it, whether it be Twitter, or Tumblr, or Instagram. It's just, we're all good people, and we just want to help each other grow and share and learn, and it's just, I love seeing that. And thank you so much for all the wonderful comments. I have been reading them. I haven't had a chance to reply. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to do much of anything lately other than get home from work and collapse onto the couch. But I'm making myself draw, doing it. And it's a whole lot of fun, and it feels so good to be experimenting. What's cool about these Pitt artist pens is also that they are waterproof. So they're going to hopefully dry at a decently fast rate, and then they will not, if I use watercolors with them, or if I use Copics with them, they will not run. And that's what's good, because I'm the kind of person who I like to sketch over my stuff first and have the line art down so I don't ruin anything, you know? Like, I always feel like, to me, I feel like I'm working backwards. Like, if I started painting something before, and I know that's how a lot of people do it, but everybody works differently. But I like to see, you know, to see what I'm getting. Like, what you see is what you get, sort of thing. Instead of being like, well, I might forget this line. And that's also why you notice I don't erase my sketches, the whole sketch underneath it. I like for the sketch to show through, mainly because of texture. And I like texture to show through and to give it something different. At times though, it's weird because I won't like the fact that my piece isn't clean, but like, if I try and make it clean, then I don't like it. It's so weird. I don't know how any of that is supposed to make sense, but you know, it is what it is, and I just gotta figure myself out just like everybody else. So maybe I should embrace, you know, my sketchiness, or learn the time and place to keep the character of the sketch in my pieces without making it too messy. You know, it's part of the exploring thing. What I like to do is I like to go through my pieces, and when I feel really good about one, I'd be like, oh, why do I really like this piece? Well, I liked it because of the way I did the line art. Or maybe I liked it because of the color palettes. Then, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like analyzing your stuff, not to a degree where you aren't enjoying it anymore, but in a way that's going to help yourself. So instead of putting yourself down, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because we're talking about, you know, designing characters and drawing. Like, okay, what didn't I like about this head right here? Well, I felt like her head was too big and I used the wrong, I don't like the color palette, how it came out. I just didn't, my sketch I think looked better, and I didn't really care for her eyes. This I thought was a good option, like in case, you know, maybe she doesn't always have 2 ponytails. Maybe she does the double bun. And this was actually closer to like another older version, and had her face shape better, but I still wasn't like in love. I wanted to keep going, and even here I think I'm closer to where I want to be, but then I'm not really in love. But here I think I'm really catching her personality and what I want, and it's gonna be time, and it's gonna be, you know, I'm gonna have to draw her a couple of times, or like anything else. Like if you want to get good at drawing people, you gotta practice drawing people. If you want to get good at drawing horses or animals, you gotta practice drawing them. Nothing, you have to do the work. Action Hank Beard, or Narrator as long as he's known, he's an amazing, incredible artist, and one of the wisest things he says all the time is, you know, people want a magic excuse, of course, because, you know, we're only humans. We want to get good, and we want to get good right now, but the fact of the matter is we all have to do our time. We all have to practice and put in the work. And it's trial and error, just like everything in life that you may have learned how to do or may not have learned how to do. But I'm gonna mix these, see what happened. And I guess I can do this too. Layering the colors a little bit. Okay. Just, oh, can't forget her wings. Here I am, what a dweeb. I'm forgetting her wings. The whole reason she's angry. But I'm thinking because she's a bat, and she's a bat all the time, I'm not thinking, like, at first I was wondering, I'm like, oh, well, can she just transform into like a bat? And it's like, no, she's already a bat. She can fly right now. She doesn't need to turn into a bat, just like the Cyclops doesn't turn into anything else. And I think in the world, like, so if she had a werewolf friend, he would already be like a werewolf, kind of like like Scooby-Doo and the Monster School or whatever, even though the vampire could turn into a bat. And that's another reason why I was like, no, 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 I can't do that, because vampires can turn into bats. And she is a bat. So she doesn't need to turn into anything else. She's already there. Although I wanted to design like a cute little... I did try sketching out like a cute little version of... and it's somewhere in the sketchbook, but you guys can... I'll show it to you in this sketchbook share. I don't want to reveal too much yet. Cute little bat form, and I thought it was a little too cartoony, too cutesy. I don't know a good term for it, but was not bien. And then the best part, her little angry speech bubble. And yeah, so that's why I'm not doing that. Maybe I'll give her like, would it be weird if I gave her a pet bat? Like a normal bat? I'm still trying to figure out, you know, like the world that she comes from. Obviously a world of monsters. You know, but like what's going on? What makes it different? Maybe she's just average. Maybe there doesn't need to be anything special about it. You know, I'll find it out in my own way, but until then I'll just enjoy the process of creating the character. I'm gonna let this dry for just a second and just to be safe, and then I'm gonna come back and color. Okay, so I'm gonna try and color her with the Copics because I would like to practice with them more, and because they're quick and I have to get to bed at a reasonable time. So the thing with Kat is she's pink, but she's a very vibrant pink, and I'm not sure if I have her exact coloration. I think I have a bit too much, but I may be able to acquire her pink by mixing, nope, it's too dark, mixing other colors, which I've been trying and testing and layering before. So maybe if I did like this light pink first and then came in with, you know what's a little frustrating is, well, I guess that isn't as dark, never mind, as that is on there. No, that's not gonna work. Poop. This is why we have a test sheet, everybody. This is why we have a test sheet. So what if I did a little bit of this purple, this lilac, or a little bit of this, oh that's way too dark. I want this. Oh my goodness, no I don't. And then I put this pink on top of it. Still not there. I think I might just color her with this for now, even though that's way too dark and not the vibrant pink that I want. I could do this and then this pink. Experimente. See, that's too like rosy, and she's more like pastel and violet. Maybe I'll just use these two and see what happens. Trial and error, baby. Trial and error. I can also layer with them too. So these are fun. but I'm really, actually, yeah, this isn't so bad. I've actually really enjoyed working with the Copics, and they've been super great for like, you know, fast sketch or like fast practicing. And you know, I don't always have the time to sit and paint, but maybe I want to finish something in one day, you know. Maybe I would like to, but I don't have the time to sit and wait. And it's always good to try new things because you never know what's out there. But she's got her little hands. And I think it is pulling a little bit of this pigment, so I don't think I waited long enough for it to dry. That is my fault, because these are alcohol-based markers, but this pen is waterproof, or the Faber-Castell pens are waterproof, but I would say perhaps, and it can also be picking up my pencil sketch below, which is completely fine. It's another texture and layer and learning process that I'm getting to know of. But the Copics are just so nice, and just they go on smooth, and you can layer with them, and they're just a whole lot of fun to experiment with, and I'm really glad that I started getting into them. Although they are quite expensive, I've used hard-earned money to start my little collection. So before anybody gets mad and says, you know, like, oh my gosh, well, I don't have the money for that, it's like, well, I really don't either. My mother was kind enough to buy some for me when she wanted to make me feel better. I've been getting about 5 at a time. So I don't have a horrendously large collection, but I've just been working myself up to it. Okay, so let's see. We can make, her eyes are going to be yellow. Her pupils anyways, her pupils are going to be yellow. It's weird how the colors sometimes turn out way different a little bit than, I think that's good. And then how, you know, this little mark thing is, but I guess it's hard to make a marker and ink be, you know, exactly the same. That's a little unrealistic. Quite unrealistic. This can be her tongue, because she is talking. And then we will make her bows are actually a darker sort of purple, but that is too dark. That is too dark. I thought amethyst was going to be lighter than that. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Because, I mean, look how dark that is. Like, that's not even, you're not even getting a color with these. Sorry, I was testing off screen there, but my goodness. And then poor little lilac over here is just like, so maybe I'll just do that. Again, I'll layer. And I kind of turned her bows into, like, they almost look like bat wings. I want to experiment with, like, her sense of style and how she dresses and whatnot, things like that. Fun experimenting. I'm so glad I get to share this with you. I know this is gonna be really long, but I figured you guys deserved it since I hadn't made a video in so long, and I wanted to give you an update. Oh my gosh, and before I forget, I'm so sorry. I should have told you guys I was doing I managed to quickly throw up while I was at, like, I used my phone to make this basically, but I made a Black Friday Cyber Monday sale post on like my other social mediums, but I'm going to keep it open for you guys because you're awesome, and I think you deserve a right to know, just like any other medium. Just because you aren't following me doesn't mean you should miss out. But if you go to my store, which I will link to in the description, and use the code 20 gobbles, like turkey, gobbles, all caps, 20 gobbles, everything in my store is 20% off. My originals, my prints, and all of my orders come with free stickers and a button. So can't go wrong with that, right? But I'm just gonna extend that out to you guys as long as, maybe for the rest of the week. Maybe I'll forget to take the thing off. But you guys have been great to me, and I would like to return the favor. So and you guys have been patient and understanding, and I know that a couple of you were interested in acquiring some artwork, so now's your chance. I mean, 20% off is a great deal, and it's perfect to buy Christmas presents and help give me money so I can buy Christmas presents for my really big family. Oh, I'm so stressed out about Christmas already. Like, I know it's supposed to be fun and we're hanging with our family and such, but man, I have such a big family that it's always like a stressful thing. I'm just like, on one hand, I'm kind of glad that Hanukkah is at the end of the month, so that side of my family, like my plans for Christmas and such, won't interfere with that other half of my family. In case you didn't know, half my family is Jewish. So yeah, I hope we actually do get together, because our family is not so big and the rest of our family is actually in upstate New York, so we don't get to see them a whole lot. But we do have my dad's brother and our cousins, and half of our cousins are in Jacksonville, but we used to get together with my own uncle and our cousins and just have an awesome family Hanukkah night and just celebrate with, like, making such good latkes and freaking, all I can think about are the latkes. But Lakshan Kugel and latkes and just a bunch of yummy foods, potato pancakes, you name it, it was all good. And just, you know, it's another part of the holidays. Let's see what I can do with her dress. Maybe I can make the rest of it another color. I'm trying to see what matches with her color palette. Green seems to work. Let's see if we have a nice green. No, I'm not gonna put her in a green dress. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I'm tired. And this is why color palettes help. Maybe while I think about it, I can put her second layer of pink on her and muse about that. But yeah, so I'm excited for the holidays, but I'm a little stressed out about all the presents and buying and like people liking them or people not liking them. And now that I work in an office, like, it's like, oh my gosh, are we supposed to buy everybody here presents? Like, we didn't do it last year, but now I guess we're all better friends, so I guess we're gonna do it now? I don't know. And I'm invited to this ugly Christmas sweater party, which is cool, but like, I don't know a whole lot of people there. not really a party person. I don't drink, so it's always like, But I'll know some people there, hopefully, and I can stop in and try and be social for a little bit. But ugly Christmas sweater parties should be fun, right? And just for kicks and giggles, I was thinking of wearing an ugly Hanukkah sweater. Just to be silly. Let's see. What else goes well with purple and pink? Yellow does. She can have a light colored dress. Little fleshy. Nah, that's not gonna look good. Meow. Meow. Maybe we'll make it the color that was too dark for her skin then. Yeah, this can work. This works out. This is such a nice red crimson. Oh, I just got this color. So glad I did. It's freaking awesome. I love it because it's like that bright, yummy red. But it's not like overpowering, or like the pastel red, like the stereotypical RGB red, where it's like in your face, disgrace. Mark quickly so I don't show any lines like I am up there. No one sees anything. You're gonna see those lines. No lines to be seen. No lines. And then maybe we'll do a blue for a darker purple. One of these crazy dark purples that isn't even really a purple. What does it even look like on this paper? Oh, it looks black. Okay. Okay. I was testing over here. Here, I'll let you see. This is just too dark. Maybe that one's okay. That one's okay. We'll live. We'll live on this one. Might lose a little bit of our line art, but we're okay. This has been fun. I'm so glad that I took the time to sketch and chat with you guys. And I don't know if most of you even dig these real-time, not real-time, yeah, these real-time things, but like, I don't know, I heard there's a lot of weird algorithms and YouTube is doing a lot of weird stuff, and I've noticed it on my channel as well. But it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep on making videos because I like doing that. And if you guys have suggestions, as always, I would love to hear about them. And then I think for her lips, I'm just going to give her this purple lipstick right here. Oh yeah. Dark lips. And then I'm gonna accentuate. Oh, I found this cool marker also at the art store. This one's our new pigment marker. Just wanted to test it out and see how good it was versus, like, you know, the gel pens. And it's really weird. Sometimes it's way better, and then sometimes it's just not so good at all. Like, I think when I tested it there, it was really lively. So, like, if I want to do a little lip in her eye, it's kind of transparent, and it kind of sucks. And so does this white one. It's really, like, transparent, and you would think because it's, like, the paint, you're thinking, you're like, whoa, it's gonna be so bright, but you have to, like, really work into it. It's a little weird and out of control. I don't really feel like I have a whole lot of control with this. But I had to basically get a little, push it until I got a little drabble of it right there, enough to enough to basically get it out there. I think I'll go back over this with the purple again. Redarken that a little bit. I don't know, just doing testing things out with the colors and the lines. This is not, you know, the correct pink for her, and it's not the correct blue either, but, you know, it was cool experimenting, and I had a lot of fun making this, and I had a lot of fun talking to you guys as well. If you like the video, please give it the big thumbs up in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know your ideas or opinions on other art videos. And if you would like to get some original artwork at a really low price and some prints and some buttons and some stickers for free, you can go to my art store, which I will link down in the bottom as well. And don't forget to use the code 20GOBBLES, all caps. I love you guys so much. You've been so good to me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!